Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones 4.0. So when we left off, we had a bit of a discussion about the use of the dragon. Now, I just want to clarify what I meant in that episode, because maybe I was not explaining things accurately enough or whatever. But anyway, the point is, I'm going to be using the dragon whenever I feel it's necessary, and that doesn't mean or exclude the possibility that I'm just going to use it for fun most of the time anyway, because as I said in the previous episode as well, it is unique to this mod, and I think that we should celebrate how unique it actually is to have a mount like this by using it. Because if we are ignoring it and closing our eyes and basically being like, oh no, it's not there, you know, it's not actually a real thing, then I'm not gonna celebrate the amount of work that has actually gone into bringing this amazing feature to a community-made mod, and I think we should celebrate that. Don't you think? Anyway, that was what I wanted to clarify in the start of this episode. Anyway, we're going to be attacking the Dothraki here because we really just want to make sure that they are eliminated. Once they are eliminated, their vassals can disperse and hopefully go elsewhere. Maybe we can even get some of them to join us. Who knows? Not sure if that's going to be the case, let's face it. It's probably unlikely, but you never know. And otherwise, we're going to be going for both of these things are not exactly great. But yeah, I might as well just pick one. Okay, so here we go. They only have 1 day's worth of food remaining for a very specific reason. Oh yeah, you know why? You know why? Yeah, I bought all the food here. Yeah. I bought all the food here because I thought to myself, yeah, that's super fun, right? It's super fun to do that. And I love the fact that we actually have the possibility of even doing that to begin with. Because it could have been the case where they would just be like, yeah, you know what? We're not going to make it realistic in that sense. You know, we're not going to make it realistic. You're just going to have to, you know, wait 60 days or whatever it was in Warband, you know, just to, you know, get the, what is it now? The supplies down, and they have these magical supplies coming from somewhere. But if you were to go into the marketplace and actually buy all that stuff, yeah, obviously it wouldn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense in that regard. But it's so nice that they've actually simulated that in Bannerlord. And you can see here, look at that. I mean, look at it. So funny. Like literally having 438 in the garrison here. They have no militia, by the way. I would theoretically be able to go straight in here if they had no vassals inside, and we could just capture it straight away without having to fight at all, which would be amazing. I'd love to be able to do that, but unfortunately that is not to be. And I will be flying high with our wonderful dragon here. Oh yes, we will fly high into the sky, and I will hopefully not die like a grand pizza pie. Yes, indeed. There we go. That's a wonderful, wonderful non-reference to anything specific there, and just an absolute bunch of nonsense. Anyway, let's see if I can actually do... Oh, we actually did some damage. Oh, can you imagine? Wow, okay. Who would have expected that? Not me. Wow, I never would have expected that. Okay, let me see if I can do some more. There we go. Nice. And this is, you know, this is actually what's quite funny about this. I actually think this is quite difficult. I don't know. Is it just me? I don't know. Maybe it is just me. Maybe it's not. But once you get the hang of the dragon riding a little bit more, because obviously you can see here that I'm not doing too badly now. I'm doing a little bit better than I was. Because let's face it, before I was literally just, well, I was pretty terrible. I mean, you know, I'm not going to mince words here. I was pretty awful initially, and I still am kind of learning how to, you know, how to maximize it. And I mean, someone did actually explain, you know, how to actually use this appropriately. And as far as I'm aware, it's there's nothing to do with the elevation. Apparently, there's nothing to do with the elevation. It's more to do with where the head is positioned. Apparently, that has much more of an impact on things. But I obviously have no idea. As you can see right here, I'm literally hitting things without even really meaning to. And you can see here, if I do this, the flames were aimed right at them, but I don't believe that's actually where you're going to hit. So that's obviously something to bear in mind. If you're also someone that is having some issues, maybe, you know, with the dragon riding, maybe you're a little bit more like me, and you're trying to get used to things a little bit. And I'm actually very, very happy that we were able to do this. And yeah, actually, you know what? I had a wonderful... I mean, this is the point. Now that the game is under a little bit more stability in regards to its game version, you know, so it's not going to be updated as, you know, as heavily, and features are not going to be included so dramatically that, you know, most mods are not going to work. Enough. Now that that's happened, I kind of have a really... I mean, this has been an idea for a series for a long time, and I've actually been wanting to do that quite a bit. I've been wanting to do this for a long, long time, and I would like to be able to do it. I'm not going to spoil what it is right now, but for the next series, obviously this series is not ending yet, because we still have unfinished business, and as I said, I think what we'll probably try to do is we will probably try to go to the Dothraki, which is exactly what we're doing here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Dothraki stuff, and then we're going to go over to Braavos, and we're going to, you know, do all of our unfinished business there. We're going to finish all of that, and then, and only then, we're going to wage war into Westeros. And now here's the thing. The reason why I'm deciding to do it that way, because obviously if I were to try and take the entirety of Essos, it would be extremely difficult because of the hard-coded, or it seems like it is hard-coded at least. I don't have any confirmation on that, but because of the hard-coded way that Daenerys actually deals with war declarations against Dawn, for example. And I'm not sure whether she's the same with the Vale. I haven't tested that out. But it doesn't really matter either way. Because if I do declare war against the Vale, then I can just take these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fiefs. And, oh, maybe 6 fiefs actually. Maybe 7, I don't know. I can just take those 7 fiefs and then we're fine. But that's the thing. If it is indeed hard-coded, then the peace agreement is going to come in, well, almost, I mean, not instantaneously, but it's going to come in super, super fast, and then we're going to have mighty, mighty big problems doing anything. And it's going to be a huge mess, because it's just going to be one of those moments where we just think, oh, yes, I would love to do this thing where we take all of their fiefs. Oh, no, wait a minute, they just made peace after 2 seconds. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I'm wanting to kind of avoid. By, you know, just going straight on over to Westeros after we have eliminated the Dothraki as well as Braavos. Because I believe we do have the opportunity to do that, and we can do that without suffering peace agreements consistently. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do. Unfortunately, the castle is not somewhere where I can actually depreciate the amount of food supply that they have, so I won't be able to starve these fellows out or attempt to damage them in that way. So we're just going to do this the old-fashioned way and just generally get the walls down. Obviously, technically, I don't have to get the walls down. As someone very rightfully said, I don't need to build trebuchets. I can literally just go and, you know, use my dragon to destroy the gate. But the main problem that I have with that is that we don't usually have the AI utilizing the central entry point. I'm not sure why that happens. I'm not sure if it's just my forces that end up doing that, but they always seem to be a bit, I don't know, a bit hesitant to go into the gate area and go through there. I'm not sure why. But yes, anyway, that's the main reason why I'm a little bit, you know, have a little bit of trepidation about it, because I'd rather have both walls down. You know, it doesn't take us that long to do either, which is quite nice, but that's only due to my engineering skill, thankfully. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I'd rather have both walls down than just rely on the gate, even though, to be fair, doing it this way is a lot of fun and very thematic. Because let's face it, you know, using a dragon to destroy the gate is so incredibly cool. Let me see if I can actually do something here. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Okay, you're all dead. Okay, well, that was nice. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to get out of there. Their bodies are just sliding down the hill. I always find that so incredibly funny when that happens. Okay, so let me actually see here. Can I do something? Yeah, I can. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow. Okay, this might be a bit harsh. Okay, we're just going to jump in here. We'll just do some little bit of damage. Can I actually hit these guys on the... I don't even know. It's very... See, that's the point. It's very difficult to actually get accurate fire breathing. And as I say, I have destroyed the central gate, so maybe we'll actually see something, see some kind of result from that. But we have weakened this flank dramatically. So if I can weak the... If I can weak it? No. If I can weaken it, that is what I'm trying to say. Thank you very much. Anyway, my brain notwithstanding, being an absolute imbecile, we will hopefully be able to weaken the other flank as well. And yeah, we'll see what we can do here. But that's the thing. The ability to control my dragon well enough so that I don't die instantly with it is actually also a thing, because you can see here that it's literally dying. It is taking some pretty significant damage. I will be getting off in a second as well, because I don't want it to die. So we're just going to get off now. There we have it. Alright, let's see what I can do with this sword. I love this sword, by the way. I'm absolutely overjoyed that we decided to go for a little bit of two-handed action, because, there's been many a time where I've said, two-handed is definitely my favorite weapon type in the game. If you're talking about melee weapons, of course. And it's really funny because way back, playing the previous iteration of the game, two-handed was my, well, not my least favorite, but it was definitely not something that I would choose to use if I could help it. Just purely for the fact that it was difficult. It was difficult for me. I don't know why. Because two-handed now is one of my favorites, even in the previous iteration. So it's so strange how that has transpired. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I've just become a little bit more used to the way that it works, because obviously in this game it does have a weight behind it. It has a certain weight behind it in comparison to Warband. So yeah, anyway, there we have it. A wonderful victory. Oh yes, look at that. So incredibly nice and simple. And we can now move on. Alright, so we have some troops here as well. I can potentially take those and then put them into the garrison, or I can give them to my armies. Not sure what I really want to do about that, considering I don't really have that many of them. We didn't really get too many rescued prisoners, unfortunately, but what else can I really do, right? Anyway, we will show some mercy here, which is unfortunate, because that is going to mean that, House Mormont and, House Targaryen themselves are actually going to be not so pleased with my decision making there, which I gotta say is rather sad. But what can I do? Anyway, he has, yeah, there we go. I'm gonna give some troops to our father-in-law here. I don't know whether this is really a good idea, but we might as well, right? There we are. Yeah, just give him a whole bunch. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much all I really want to give him, and we have a little bit of space myself now as well, so I can potentially recruit a couple of my prisoners too, and there we have it. Okay, we basically gained nothing from that whatsoever. We just gained a little bit of influence, which I suppose is decent enough. And now all we need to do is basically just wait here for some time. That's pretty much it. So we can just wait here for some time. We've got to be a bit careful about Kith potentially coming under siege. I don't see anything else that the Dothraki have. I'm actually just going to very quickly check. No, they do not have anything else. And I am going to probably just disband my army. I don't see a reason to keep my army around, so we're just going to disband it, because I am actually going to wait for the Dothraki Horde to be eliminated. And I would like to maybe do a couple of individual battles here, because I'd like to maybe get some relation here and there. If we can actually manage to do that, because let's face it, it's going to be very difficult for me to catch up to anyone. We have a bit of a herd deficit here as well. I'm going to have to deal with that too. Let me see here. We've got way too many steppe horses, I suppose. Yeah, a whole bunch. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of those. As you can see, my herd deficit is now obliterated. Just about. And there we have it. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to get a couple of these water dancers just to come over here. And there we have it. Okay, that's perfect. So now we should have no herd. Yeah, there we go. Because obviously, if you have unused horses or unused mounts or animals in general, then the herd deficit is going to start, you know, affecting you overall. Okay, there we are. Okay. Barristan was apparently defeated and taken prisoner by rogue Dothraki. Is he serious right now? That's a very that's a very strange thing to get taken prisoner. Okay, there we go. He actually did get himself freed, which I suppose is good. Okay, wait a minute. The Dothraki are actually attempting to besiege this castle, so we will be heading on over there just to make sure that we can. Oh, never mind. Okay. Apparently they already defended. See, now this is what I'm talking about. It feels to me like House Targaryen as a faction has been extremely effective when it comes to defense. I'm not sure whether that's just in general, because let's face it, we've seen Braavos actually be very effective at defense too, so there's also that. Yeah, but apart from that, we also have the opportunity to launch an attack against them soon too, which is what we will try, and I will be making my way over there. Oh yeah, actually also I wanted to mention, it has been, I believe, over 10 years in-game since we became married to our spouse. So I am actually speechless by that, because that has really gone by in a flash, hasn't it? I mean, really, I don't know, that's the thing, you can't really tell. I don't think you can particularly tell from, you know, the way I show the game how much time has actually passed, except if you were to take a look at the date down here. Because if you take a look at Sauron herself, you can see here that we married her in the year 310, and it is now the year 320. So, yes, it has been 10 years, and our children are growing up really, really fast, actually, as well. So that's going to be looking really nice. And there we are. There it is. The Dothraki have now been eliminated. And in the time that it has taken me to get over here, I should now have the opportunity to call for another army. Hopefully my influence has, you know, restored itself a little bit, because I don't want to be in a situation where we start an army and then I don't have enough influence to be able to actually impact the cohesion. Because that would be a very problematic situation to be in, wouldn't it? Anyway, we're going to go on over to Braavos, because I do want to purchase as much of their food as possible. We do have a pretty significant amount of space and inventory capacity. And a bunch of people are still getting taken prisoner by rogue Dothraki. Very, very weird. Not sure how that is even possible, but sure. Anyway, we're just going to take all of that. And then I do need to sell some cows and hogs. I know I have quite a few sheep, don't I? Don't I have quite a few sheep? Yeah, there we go, 45 sheep. Okay. And I could also get rid of some other stuff. They have so much cash in here. So, well, not anymore, because I basically just sold a huge amount of weapons here. And that's exactly the reason why, as I say, roguery is one of those secret OP skills. Really, really effective. It sure is. You know. Anyway, there we go. Okay, let's go over to our foodstuffs here. Just want to make sure that I'm not over encumbered. Okay, here we go. Let's just get rid of some of this grain. Yeah, around there is perfectly fine. And I think we will now call for an army. Let's just make sure that we're all good. Yep, there we go. That guy is going to level up a little bit. We have 3 spaces. Let's get some more water dancers. And we also leveled up. What did we actually level up? No, nothing. Okay, okay. Well, that's fine too. We have 200 in engineering soon. So that's actually going to be nice. And let's call for an army. All right, let's do it. Okay, it's going to take a... Whoa. It's going to take a pretty significant amount of time for our people to get here. But I suppose that is indeed intended. You know, we're supposed to have them take a little bit of extra time. So let's just add... I'm actually going to add more than normal here, okay? I'm going to add more than normal because I literally want to have, well, no chance that we can fail. That's literally what I'm wanting to do here. Let's see what happens to the food as well, because obviously I have purchased all of the food here, and you can see that the food is now going to start depreciating. And hopefully that is going to make a significant difference. Okay, wait a minute. It seems like maybe they... Did they just... Oh, Soren has... Whoa, okay. I was actually kind of hoping that this would happen. Soren has just become pregnant once again. And I gotta say, I'm actually really pleased about that because I was a bit worried that we only had 2 children. So, you know, just in case the worst were to happen and, you know, Elias were to die, then it's going to be really nice and kind of reassuring for us to have something else to kind of give us there. But yeah, I'm going to have to be very, very careful about this because you can see here now, just purchased a bunch more food, and you can see here, hopefully they're not going to be delivering any more. This guy left my party once again. I'm not sure why he's leaving my party over and over, but apparently he is. They have so much food coming at them right now. This is actually crazy. I just have to continue buying the food because they have so many caravans coming in, and the caravans are actually providing them with significant supplies, which is really making a huge difference overall here. Because I would like to... Look at that! Look at this! Look at that! What? They're literally getting so much grain, so much fish coming in every single day that I am having a hard time actually purchasing it all. What? I can't even believe it right now. Okay, well, whatever the case, let's just get rid of some of this. Get rid of some of this. There we are. And yeah, we'll just wait here for some time once again. We're getting people actually leaving our army even without us being in war. And I know some people said that it was because we were at war that they got caught out, and that was the reason why they were leaving the army. But I don't think that's the case. I think they're probably leaving because it's taking them too long to get to where I currently am, and that might be the reason. But there we go. We have everyone with us right now. I have no idea how many people I even have in my army right now. I hope I have over 1,000. And as you can see, they have barely any food, which is great. And now, yeah, we just barely have over 1,000. I'm a bit worried about that, actually, all things considered. Okay, here we go. Braavos and Kira the Widow is going to be our first attack. Here we go. Let's do this. Okay, nice little auto-resolve to begin. And we will go literally straight on in to Braavos because we need to knock this out super fast before the enemy armies can actually do anything. Hopefully we will be able to do that, and of course they do still have 1 day remaining. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, we have a rebellion on our hands, but of course I'm not really going to be able to do anything about that right now because let's face it, you know, come on, how can I do anything about that when I'm doing this? So let's just see. Hopefully we're going to be okay. Hopeful that the garrison is going to be completely eliminated soon enough. I'm just going to let my trebuchets get built, and I'm just going to let them bombard, because if I put them away into reserve, and then I deploy them later on in the siege effort, it will probably be a bit too late, and then we won't have enough... oh wow, this is not looking good right now. Okay, yeah, this is a little bit problematic. I'm kind of hoping that my trebuchets will destroy the walls before these guys decide to go in. There we go. Whew. Okay, that was actually quite close. That was pretty close. Not entirely sure if we even would have had a little bit more time there, but there we have it. Okay, let's try and see what I want to go for here. +5 experience to troops when a siege engine is built. I guess. I mean, nothing else is really that good. Double the amount of betting. Ooh, 50% increased chance for sneaking into towns. That sounds fun. Let's go for that, just in case. And we will now lead our soldiers in an assault against the militia. I find it a bit funny that the militia doesn't get affected by the starving mechanic. I'm not sure why that would be, because they are regular units just as much as the garrison is. So, don't know why they wouldn't get affected, but I suppose it makes sense because it is quite simple for you to literally just go in there if you have enough money and just, you know, buy all of the food. You know, it is quite simple to do that. For some reason, I'm not able to take off right now. Can I fly? Can I fly? Okay, so I can't fly in this one. Right, okay, well this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Okay, so let me just see if I can use my... Okay, well this is not working very well, as you can quite clearly see. How derpy is this? This is so incredibly derpy because I'm literally the one controlling this. What do you bet? Anyway, I'm just going to get off. Because that's not going to work, as you can quite clearly tell. So we're just going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Here we go, let's do this. I'm very much prepared for this. I am looking forward to it, actually. It's been a while since we've actually gotten stuck into a little bit of sword action, even though we did technically do quite a bit of that in one of the previous episodes. Okay, I've got to be a bit careful here as well, though. Can't just run around randomly here. Got to be a bit selective about how we attack, because I don't want to get myself chipped down. Because chip damage, as they do say in fighting games, can very much be the death of you. Or if you are not a fighting game fan and you don't know the terminology, then something like death of 1,000 cuts would also be applicable to this. Because we certainly don't want to just die from some random, wielding a blacksmith's hammer. Because that is definitely something that has happened to me in the past, and we want to try to prevent that at all costs. Especially considering, whoa, my forces seemingly are doing quite a good job, but yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that they're being so aggressive here as well. Usually, as I say, they are either beaten super fast at these bottlenecks, or, unless I use my dragon, that is, or they are a bit, I don't know, a bit hesitant to actually go in and do anything that dramatic, but they seem to actually be doing an amazing job. Which I'm very pleased about, let's face it, anyone would be at this point. Look at that. Every single enemy that we go and attempt to slash at is just dying. Because we are doing so much damage. I mean, literally, I did 315 damage there, 302 damage. And I mean, really, that's exactly what you can expect to get from a sword like this. Especially considering I am utilizing a little bit of a speed bonus as well. You can see my extra damage as well from skills, perks, and so on. And I actually really like that breakdown. I think the breakdown does help you quite a bit to ascertain whether your weapon damage or general damage that you're able to do is being affected by your perks. So you can do a little bit of extra testing if you are someone that is interested in those kinds of details, because sometimes there are going to be min-max kind of deals that you can try to work out. Let's say that you want to try to work out what's better, in terms of perks. And maybe you do some testing against some random looters or something like that, and you want to see which one gives you the most benefit. Obviously, it is a bit difficult to actually even do that to begin with, but you can do it if you want to invest that time. Anyway, there we go. 15 troops, alright, 15 troops only. Kind of surprised that they only have 15. Don't know what's happening with that. I feel like they should have much more, considering they defeated us in a previous episode. Kind of strange, but okay. Right. Let's show some mercy here. We gained relation now for some reason. Okay. That's actually kind of strange. I'm not entirely sure why that's happening either, because every single time I've shown mercy before, everyone's just been very aggressive about that. Very, very strange. Okay, so let's just take all of these guys. And there we have it. Wait a minute. Let me just reset that real quick. Okay, yeah, I don't really want to do it that way, because then I'm going to miss out on my people that have actually become converted. And we'll just do it this way instead. There we go. And let's go into the trade screen as well. I should also go into the garrison and donate a couple of people. But we should also sell some food here, because we want to make sure that our people are ready for any kind of retaliatory strike, because I'm almost 100% certain that the opponent will try to attack here. But let's see whether that actually does happen. It may happen, it may not, I don't know. But yeah, let's just see what happens. Anyway, let's just go and place these guys in there. I'm just going to do it this way. This is a lot easier from the other side. And there we go. We got a Larathi soldier here. I don't know why this guy's not leveling up that fast, but okay. Yeah, so let's wait here for some time, and that will be the final fief for Braavos. There is one more, but I'm kind of assuming that Balon because Balon has actually constructed an army of his own. I was kind of hoping that maybe maybe he'd be going over there. Oh, they actually are leaving. Okay, that's very strange. I'm not entirely sure why anyone would do that in their position, because they could technically come over here and take this back super easily. Let's vote for the new owner. Who's going to get it? This guy? Okay. I'm going to vote for Jorah just because I want to get some relation with him back. And it's not really going to affect me that much because it's still going to go to the guy that that needs it. And yeah, so there's actually just this one over here, and they are actually besieging something over here as well. Okay, so let's just very quickly make our way down there. Maybe we can actually interfere with their plans a little bit. I'm actually really surprised that Malakwo is here as well. He is indeed the previous ruler of the Volantines, if I recall correctly. And him being here is a little bit worrying because he usually is capable of fielding some rather large armies, and not sure, I don't know. It's a little bit strange that we've seen him here, but oh well, never mind. Okay, let's just, you know, do some damage here. We don't really need to worry about anything with this fellow. I can probably just let him go. Generally, what I want to try to do now, because Braavos is obviously on the cusp of being, you know, completely eliminated, we kind of want to schmooze with them as much as possible. We want to try to make sure that they know that we are a friendly-ish individual to get to know. Because we don't want them to, you know, leave and join other factions. Let's go and assault the siege camp. Let's just go straight on in for this battle. We are outnumbering them so dramatically here. I don't think I really need to use the dragon. We've seen a lot of fire breathing in this episode so far, so let's just have a little bit of infantry combat, shall we? I think that sounds like a fun idea. Anyway, let's have a look-see here. I have 172 infantry in this one group. I know that you can split your formations, by the way, and that's actually a really cool thing that you can do. I have very rarely explored those kinds of strategies. However, that kind of has something to do with the next series idea that I have, and that I have wanted to do for quite some time, actually. But yeah, well, as I say, I'm not going to spoil what it is because I'm not sure if it's really going to work out for me, because it actually requires external mods for it to actually work as appropriate. So I'm very much hoping that we'll be able to make that work, because, as I say, I think it could be greatly fun. Could be super, super fun. But as I say, it could just very much depend on whether those mods work for me or not. And I hope they will, because I am actually looking forward to it myself, and I would like to be able to make it work. So hopefully, as I say, with the stability of the game version now, it might be pretty cool. Anyway, we're just going to tell everyone to charge here, apart from the archers, who we will tell to go into an auto-delegate, because we kind of want them to skirmish a little bit, just in case they do get harassed somewhat. They can actually just run away from anyone that threatens them somewhat. And, oh, nice little slash right there. Can we do a little bit more damage? Can we do a bit more damage here somewhere? Yeah, kind of. No, yeah, there we go, nice. Yes, yeah, we're getting stuck in a little bit more now. That's the one thing about wielding an extremely long sword. It is a bit difficult to handle when you are in much close quarters. And, oh, there's Soren coming in with her fire breath. I mean, this is the kind of thing that you want to see in this mod, really. You want to see fire breathing from an alternate perspective, as well as from being on top of a dragon yourself. And that's exactly what we're getting here. And I can only hope that the modding team is going to add some way of acquiring your own dragon through, I don't know, some kind of quest line or something along those lines, because I think it would be super, super fun if you'd be able to, I don't know, do a quest that maybe allows you to raise your own dragon from it being an egg or something. I don't know, maybe you get an egg from Daenerys or something like that. I don't know. I'm obviously not someone to ask for ideas about that, but that could be greatly enjoyable, you know, that could be a lot of fun. And yeah, hopefully they will think about doing something like that. I'm sure they have some ideas about how they're going to make that work. They did say that, I believe, that, you know, they were working on something, so I'm very eager to see what happens with it. Anyway, let's hope that we just don't die here. That's kind of my main goal at the moment. Although, to be fair, I don't think I can actually die against anyone that's on foot right now, not unless I get absolutely overwhelmed. But instead, I will probably end up dying against someone that's on a mount. That's usually my fate, you know. Usually I'll be like, oh yes, I won't die against anyone that's on foot, and then I will get my, you know, comeuppance in the form of a lance to the face. That is usually what happens to me, but of course this is a pretty easy victory for us, all things considered, but it is quite nice to get kind of back in the saddle, so to speak, of doing some infantry-based combat as well, because obviously we did do a little bit of it in the siege, but it's a bit different in the siege, you know, because in the siege you kind of know where the threat is coming from, with the exception of archers, of course, that just, you know, snipe you from wherever. But you kind of know that you're not really going to get killed from behind or from the left or from the right if you're on the field, for example. You know, in a siege, you know that enemies are mostly going to be attacking you from the front, or you're going to be able to see them before they have arrived. That's kind of the main deal there. Anyway, there we go. We were able to achieve victory. Is that a duck? That was a duck holding a sword. The banner of the person that we were fighting was a duck holding a sword. That's absolutely hilarious. I like it. I do like that. Yes, it's Duckfield. It's Duckfield. I can't believe it. They actually have a duck and a sword. I should have picked that one. That sounds like such a fun banner. It really does. Anyway, there we go. Not going to be taking anything here, as I said before. I'm not going to bother just distributing, you know, 4 troops to my people in my army or whatever. And yeah, we can now make our way down here to the final Braavos fief, and hopefully we will be able to take it. I mean, obviously, if we are able to get there, and there hasn't been a huge influx of people staying in the garrison, then we should be good. Yeah, no, it seems like we should be fine. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, they only have 8 days worth of food as well, so even if, you know, even if the worst were to happen, and they did have over, you know, I don't know, 1,500 units in here, which technically they could have. They could actually go for it, you know. They could really make things very uncomfortable for us right now. But they are being, they're being a bit weird. They're being a bit weird about their decision making. They're deciding not to play the turtle game. And instead they're just kind of running around randomly. And some of our forces were able to capture some of theirs, and we have already destroyed the walls for them. So that's very nice, and now we can just go straight on in. And once again, I'm going to use my dragon to destroy the gate, because I think that has the most effective use. But then apart from that, I'm not sure. We can actually fly in this one as well, which I'm actually very much liking, because let's face it, I feel like when you're on the flying dragon, I feel like you really do need to take, well, you need to make use of it. Let's just say that. You need to take your ability to fly as a huge advantage, and then you know, just try and use it. Just try and use it for some fun. You know, that's the whole point, you know. Anyway, let me see if I can actually do that here. Okay, let's just thin them out a little bit. I'm not really looking to do significant damage. Hilariously enough, he says as he just kills 56. But yeah, technically I'm not actually looking to do huge amounts. Okay. You know what? I feel like what I should do is in regular series where I don't have a dragon available, or let's say I don't have a dragon available in general, I should probably just say out loud, I'm not going to try to do massive amounts here. And then all of a sudden, I will be able to do massive amounts, because apparently my contradiction is so powerful that, yeah, we just magically get massive amounts of kills, when I'm not really meaning to get massive amounts of kills. Because that's the funny thing, you know, I'm using the fire breath, of course, I know, yeah. I'm using the fire breath, and that obviously indicates that, sure, there is a possibility for me to get significant damage out. However, usually when I try it, it doesn't really pay off every single time I press the button. Whereas this time around, it actually did, and that's the reason why I'm saying, oh yeah, maybe I should just say that more often. You know, like for example, when I'm attempting to use my bow, maybe I should say, yes, I don't think I'm going to do a huge amount of damage with my bow here, and I'm not going to get 100 skill points for the first shot. Obviously, that's very much exaggerated, but you get the point. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Anyway, let's just see if I can eliminate some of these. Ah, you're not going to get away, sir. I'm going to stab you. Oh, well, no, I was actually trying to stab, but never mind. There's a nice stab. I actually really like the stabbing animation. The stabbing animation with this sword is actually very cool. Don't know whether you've noticed that. Especially when it... Yeah, look at that. Boom. Boom. Yeah, look at that. That is so fun. That's actually so fun. I don't know. I feel like I should really stab a little bit more. But usually when I stab, I don't have a huge amount of skill points or weapon skill in that particular weapon. And then it just feels bad, you know? It's just a classic situation where you want to use this thing to do good damage so that you can gain more skill, but you can't do good damage because you don't have enough skill, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a catch-22 situation where you're just like, ah, well, I want to do this thing, but I can't do this thing because I haven't done the thing before. It's like attempting to get a job and you know, they're asking for this experience, but you don't have that experience because they don't give you the experience. You see? It's kind of like that. So it's, I don't know. It's obviously not very applicable to the real world in any way, shape, or form, because we're talking about a literal dragon breathing fire here, mostly. But, you know, I digress. That's kind of the I don't know, the what is it now? The flavor of what I wanted to impart to you. But whatever the case, there it is. That is indeed a victory for us against Braavos. I am very much hoping that they are not going to be besieging anything else. We have significant defense in both of the fiefs that we've taken already. Very surprising that we've got that happening so fast. And I think I can probably tell my forces to just go their separate ways. I don't think we need to worry too much about anything else now. And I should probably try to get this to Jorah again, just to get my relation up with him. And I can't make peace with him. Well, that's kind of sad, isn't it? But yeah, we have 31 of their prisoners. Yes, 31. That's actually pretty incredible. But yeah, anyway, we have 17,000 total combat strength, and the enemy has 2,500. But of course, they're not really going to be able to do anything here, I don't think. And we can pretty much just wait here for some time. And that will be the end of Braavos in short order. And, they are actually attempting to besiege something else. They are attempting to besiege this castle once again. So I will be making my way over here. Oh, hello. You actually attacked Grey Worm. I'm not a big fan of that. I will be attempting to rescue him. I don't know whether the rescue actually went through. But I'm just going to do this real fast. Just going to take the highest tier units, because we actually did gain tier 4 and above. So I'm pretty happy to take those, you know. Anything that I can do to kind of, you know, shore up my own army strength is definitely something that we want to try as much as possible. Now, I'm kind of wondering what's happening with my allied forces. They seem to be a little bit, I don't know, out of their depth for some reason. I don't know why, because they should technically have insane combat strength right now. But they are apparently not doing particularly well. Let's just do a nice little auto-resolve against them. There we go. And we are just going to be continuing to let them go, as you might expect. Ooh, significant troops. Hello there. All right, I will take all of the troops, and then we will give them to someone in my army. Because we obviously did do an auto-resolve just now, and it's going to make a huge difference to their overall combat strength. Let's see, who do we want to give it to? Probably... I have no idea who's actually good here. Who's actually good? I have no idea. All right, well, this guy... Oh, he has barely any space. Right, well, that's not really going to work out too well for him, is it? So, I guess I can just give him a couple. I mean, that's all I can really do. Okay, what about this fellow? Does he have more? Yeah, he has slightly more. Oh, no. Oh, this is annoying, isn't it? Oh, yeah, this is really annoying. The micromanagement aspect of this is not something I'm that big of a fan. But, oh, well, you know, it's good to kind of do this just in case. Wow, I have so many troops right now. This is actually really funny. What can I do? What can I actually do here? Help. Oh no. Okay, I guess something like that. Oh no, this is really harsh. This is super, super harsh. Okay, well, what about this guy? I don't even know who this guy is. Oh, he has a slightly larger army. Okay, that's good. We can give these tier 4s. There we go. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. There we are. Okay, so we just need to give one more, and there we have it. Okay, whew, that was annoying. Okay, yeah, so there we go. We were able to basically eliminate almost every single Braavosi vassal, as far as I can tell, apart from a couple of remnants here and there. I mean, you can see here they're running around with basically nothing. They have literally no units whatsoever, and so I'm actually going to be disbanding my army now, so these guys can just run off and attack whoever they want to do. And as you can see, they're just going to take people prisoner. Super, super nice and easy for them to do that. And we should be seeing Braavos be eliminated relatively soon. And apart from that, my plan going forward, which I'm not sure if we're going to be able to accomplish this, but my plan was to actually attack Dragonstone initially. And then from there, just attempt to launch against King's Landing. However, I actually want to ask you what your opinion on that is, because for me personally, I'm not sure whether we should try to eliminate Dragonstone first, because obviously, I don't know, is it worth me doing that? Because eliminating Dragonstone is going to be a very large endeavor, and I don't know whether it's worth me declaring war against them for that reason. They are so large. They're not particularly... I don't think they're particularly threatening right now. Oh, never mind. They are very particularly threatening, as you can see right there. They actually have 15,000 in combat strength. But in comparison, the Riverlands, who currently own King's Landing, they only have 10,000. And I should, well, pretty easily be able to win there. But maybe I won't be able to, because they have so many militia. That's the thing. They have 1,700 militia, so it's going to be a very, very big battle. Anyway, think on that. Let me know what you think. If you want to, you don't have to, of course. Otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.